All right, welcome back to the Real Estate Huddle. This is episode 58 today, and we're going to focus on the best deals, how to find and spot the best deals in Colorado's market. So if you are moving to Colorado and you're like, during this time, in this economy, my brother always says, in this economy, after every question or every purchase we're going to make.
He's right.
And so there's obviously affordability crisis still going on, right? With interest rates being a little higher, everybody wants a deal right now. So unfortunately, you can't just go to bestdealsincolorado.com. That probably is a site someone's created, but it's not going to show what we're going to show you today. We're going to show you tactics and tips of how we search on the MLS to try to find you the best deal, and how you could also search, on some of these sites, like on our website, on dreamswithteam.com, you could actually search in the same exact ways we're telling you to search on the MLS, because with our new website, we've got the search capabilities that will allow you to search with every tool that we have. So it's kind of nice there. But what are some of the ways you guys are finding when you're looking for a deal for an investor or someone who's just looking for a great deal as an owner occupant to get them a great price to move in?
Go ahead, Jackson.
I try and take advantage of the elderly, the weak. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Cut that part, Jesse.
We were on the same line. I agree with that.
One of the things I would say that gives you a lot of flexibility is just if you're open to having a little bit of a window where you purchase and then do some renovations. I think there's a lot of homes that sit on the market where they're just outdated, they're cosmetically tired. But if you can imagine them not having orange and purple and green paint and having new flooring in, then all in all, what you're going to pay for that house and the renovations, I think you can get yourself a really good deal. So It takes a little bit more knowledge, a little more research. But I think, purchasing maybe a cosmetically tired house and then getting a little sweat equity or just having a contractor do those updates would probably be my main way to get a good deal.
Nice.
I think, and with a lot of those homes, the ones that you do see that are dated and need some cosmetic facelifting are usually the ones that are on the market the longest, usually. And so that's a big factor for me, is looking at that days on market. If you're above 60 days on market in Colorado, you're probably getting tired.
Yeah.
Because I think we're right around that 40 to 50 days on market is average right now.
Yep.
And so once you kind of hit the big 60, you get houses go on discount sometimes.
That's a good point.
So I think it's a really good opportunity to look at those and then get your offer in soon.
Yeah. And recently, days on market's been in the 20s in the springtime, 40s in the wintertime, this slower time of year. Yeah. So you can find a great deal in July, August in the summer lull, and in November, December in the holiday lull. Yep. Those are the two times where you can probably find the best deals in the year. It's
hard for it's funny because you have all these buyers that they're afraid to buy in the holiday season or the January, February's of the year.
Yep.
And then they're like, no, I think we're going to look to buy in the spring. I'm like, if you can find one now, you're going to get a much better deal than you will in the springtime when everybody's looking.
It can pay for all of your Christmas presents for 10 years, maybe.
I know.
If you buy during the holidays rather than buying in the spring.
Thousands of dollars. Literally thousands of dollars.
You can save a lot.
So, and also keeping in mind, it's a 30-day window usually before you close. So, if you're looking in that holiday season, like that November, December time period, then, you might not close until January. So, you kind of can be in a stable place before you have to start packing up all your stuff.
And you'd be surprised how quick a market can change in 30 days.
Yeah.
If you wait 30 days, you could be paying a couple more grand for a house.
For sure.
Or vice versa sometimes. Just depends.
Yeah.
So another cool thing, if you're looking for, how to get great deals in Colorado, on our website, on dreamsmithteam.com, we have the ability to search now for percentage of price reduction. So you can now search for homes that have gone down 10% or more on price, right? Those homeowners are making active adjustments, and they're typically motivated. They want to sell their house, right? And so they're doing everything they can to get to a market that or a price point that works for buyers. And so those can be great deals because they may have come down to a certain point, but there may be some more flexibility on some of those offers as well. So I think that's a big metric too. We've talked about days in MLS, cosmetically dated just by the pictures, and then price reductions are really the three best ways to find great deals in Colorado.
Yeah, and I think you two touched on it as well, where days on market is a good indicator of it. Price reduction is a good indicator of it. It's having a motivated seller. So if somebody's willing to negotiate with you, to work with you, that's where you can get a good deal.
Yep.
So, there's signs like if they've done a price reduction, if they've been on the market for a long time, if they've already purchased another home and they're living in that home and they just need to get rid of it. Motivated sellers is the best way to get a deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's a few other things that go into getting a good deal as well. Is you have to look at the future outlook of the house, and that can include the location, that can include whether it's attached or detached, things like that. Because a good deal isn't just the initial investment, right?
Yeah.
It's the long term as well.
Yep.
And so the appreciation of the house is a big factor, or it should be.
Yep.
And so if you're looking at certain parts of Denver, they may not be as high appreciating as other parts of Denver.
Yeah.
And so
True.
Or like keeping an eye on like good deals in like neighborhoods where you see a lot of fix and flips, or like gentrification, or like in just those hot markets like Littleton, Highlands Ranch, Parker, like the Douglas County, Arapahoe County areas. Just you got to keep an eye out. Just because it's a low price and it's been on the market for a long time and it's a condo in Aurora doesn't mean it's going to be a great deal, right? It's just you really got to be cautious of where you're buying, and then all the other factors that we've talked about.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and in looking for a good deal, the only thing worse than no deal is a bad deal. There's some of these places where there's a reason it's a deal. It's too good to be true, and the price is low because it's a nightmare. So you definitely want to be wary if you're looking for a deal. At some places are a deal or a low price for a reason. But exactly like you touched on, there's some places where it might not be a screaming deal right on the purchase, but you could be getting a really good value because you purchased the home for a little bit less than market. It's in a highly appreciating area.
Exactly.
You have a good rental market. So there's ways to get a good value as well, where you don't just have to get a great price on the home. You can get a great home that's going to be a good investment.
For sure.
And then real quick, always look into the HOAs. Because if you get a good deal on a house and your HOA is destroying you,
especially townhome condos,
and you
in litigation,
and you didn't know about it before you bought it. Those surprises happen.
And
It never happened with us because we do our due diligence.
That's the reason for the good deals.
Yes.
Sometimes.
I'd say more times than not, and you start looking into the fine print of the HOA and the assessments going on or whatever it is, and you're like, this is not as good a deal as we thought.
That's a good point. And I think last point I want to drive home is you have to be willing to pull the trigger. If you're just looking, but you never make an offer on a place, then you're never going to get a good deal. So the people that I know that have made great deals happen is, they weren't afraid to come in a little low sometimes and try to get a good deal and see what the seller's motivation's like, and test the waters a little bit. And I just got off a conversation with a seller last week who was telling me, like, why don't people make low offers anymore? Because it doesn't happen very often. People are so afraid to offend or anything. And I'm a strong listing agent, right? So I whenever we have sellers, I want them to sell their house for the top dollar, but we want to get an offer first. I mean, it's the worst when you're just sitting on the market, waiting, showing your house, keeping your house clean, and you never even get anything on paper. Right. So some sellers are they want that offer. And we joke sometimes saying that, like, there's this love-o-meter between a listing agent and a homeowner. Right. And the seller loves the agent when you first sign. I mean, you're just like doing backflips. You look like a rock star. But as time goes on, that love-o-meter turns into hatred at the very end, right? If you don't have their house sold in 180 days and they've been showing their house and going through all this work and everything to get it ready, that turns into a very tough conversation and hard feelings sometimes. And so the biggest key is, try to get that home sold and priced right from the get-go. But the people that don't do that and don't listen to good advice and price it higher, that end up sitting, then a lot of times and maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's their agent's fault that priced it in a bad spot, right? But they end up taking a very low number for their home or not selling, right? And so there's motivation there to try to get it done early.
Emotions get in the way
Yep.
of a lot of people putting in offers, especially when it comes like where they think it's, well, if we go in too low, is that a low ball offer? And they're just going to say no. Like,
Yeah.
I will tell you 9 times out of 10, when you put in a low ball offer, unless it's insultingly low, which just depends on the price point, right? Most sellers are going to entertain or counter back.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. Get the conversation rolling.
Yep.
Because once they're hooked in that conversation, it's going to be harder for them to start, looking at other options, right?
Yeah.
So you want to get them on the hook, put in those offers as soon as you can, and at least get the conversation rolling.
And the worst they could say is no.
Yep.
Yep.
Worst they can say is no.
Exactly.
Rejected. Okay, move on.
Or put in a different one.
Yep.
Right? Go a little higher. See if they'll entertain that one.
Totally.
And if your agent knows what they're doing, they will have those conversations
Yep.
with the agent on your behalf.
And I think last year, Jackson, we got a deal under contract where you came in 75,000 low, right?
Oh,
They rejected it.
I was thinking maybe of the same deal. I think we were 100,000 low, and they said we're not going to take $100,000 price cut. She literally said to me when I submitted the offer, the list agent, "Oh, you must not get a lot of your offers accepted." And eventually, of course, we did end up doing the deal, and we got under contract.
Same offer 2 weeks later.
Lower,
right?
a little
Basically.
lower because the
Okay.
timing was worse. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a different one then because the timing was longer. But
Which one are you thinking of? 1, 2, 3, Fillmore.
yeah. So on that one, they ended up coming back. I got a call that was like, "Hey, we
Yeah.
haven't gotten anything else. Let's talk again." And but because of some circumstances, they ended up taking a lower offer than our initial offer because we couldn't be as high as we initially offered at first.
Yeah.
It's worth it to put in a low offer. I've put in offers before where I'm like, they're going to tell me, like, I'm going to hunt you down and find you for giving me this low of an offer.
Right.
And they entertain it, and we at least begin the negotiation. So,
You know what?
Yeah.
Let this be a lesson to agents as well. It's better not to make enemies because most likely you're going to run into that person.
Yeah.
again.
It's no need to get emotional
Yeah.
or like fuel your buyers or your sellers fire.
It may piss you off that you get a
Yeah.
low ball offer, but just be like, I don't think the buyer's going to or the seller's going to like that one. That's all you
Yeah.
have to say.
Yep.
To say something like, you must not get a lot of your offers accepted.
Yeah.
That's a pretty low blow. Jeez.
Well, and I think that, like, going back to your first, like when you're joking about taking advantage of the elderly, like, we don't want to take advantage of anyone. But I think that it's important for people to understand that there is a market for people that need to sell quick with cash, or there's a market for people that just need to get their home sold. They're motivated to get it done, and that's the most important thing for them is to get that cash out of their home fast.
And
so
if
it's a win-win.
timing is more important to them than price, like we're helping them out
Right.
because they might be losing a little bit on price, but they're getting the timing they need. They can buy their new home or whatever they need to do.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
We
it's
just had
not.
this conversation yesterday with our potential seller. It was like,
Yeah.
we know you want to get out soon, and
Yeah.
so here's what we're thinking. And he's like, well, it's a little bit lower, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, all right, you'll get buyers that way.
Yep,
Buyers
for
are looking
sure.
for that deal, and that house will be a great deal
Yep. Absolutely.
for both sides.
Yep. Awesome. So just as a recap, if you're looking for a great deal, make sure to go to dreamsmithteam.com to get a great deal in Colorado. And you can search with those tools that we have on our website. And we hope that if you are looking for a great deal here, that we could be someone that you could call to help you in that search. And we hope this has been educational and you've had a good time listening. We'll see you on the next one.